was trying to ape what was on the radio really obviously and things like that. So really I just did it, to have, it's like, what would I want to listen to as a fan? I can't, I'm not saying those bands weren't out there, I just didn't have the exposure.
Right.
So I decided to try to write it myself. So that's where it came from.
That's what you did, yeah. So would you find that, because I believe, like, when I first was talking to you, you had, was it Ultima Records? Ulterior, yeah, and they were over in
Sweden.
Yeah. Do you find that you have a pretty big audience out in that area there?
Yeah, we've toured way more in Europe than we have here, actually. Mostly because of that. We were with Ulterior for the longest time. We're with Atomic Fire now.
Yeah.
They changed their name to Raining Phoenix now, but and they're in Germany as well. So yeah, most of as far as touring and festivals and things like that, it was in that initial audience. It was almost all overseas.
Oh wow, yeah. Are you finding that you're getting more momentum here in the States now?
Yeah, I think
nice.
Yeah, well, really noticed that starting to change a couple records ago, kind of as the world bleeds. It seemed like the U.S. was.
Well, now that's when you started doing music videos too, right? As the world bleeds, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then of course you got you basically put out at least what two videos per album, I think, right?
Yeah,
1-2 videos an album.
Yeah, I think one for the first two records we did videos for, and then two for this next one.
Right. When you're talking music videos now, are you a fan of doing music videos, or a fan of the whole idea, or is it
I'm
just
fine with it? This just kind of comes with the territory.
I know some people always held out, like, I mean, we brought up Metallica. They, for the longest time, said we're not doing music videos at all.
Right.
So, but I am curious, because some people, they like doing the music videos. Some people, they don't like doing it. Some people, they feel like they just got to do it. So,
Yeah, it's as long as it looks good, and you just kind of hire people that are good at what they do and trust them to know what they're doing and do a good job with it.
Yeah, there is trust in that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're letting someone else do that. Well,
it works out fine. It's obviously it's not, back in the 80s there was MTV and all that. Now it's just, you kind of hope someone will come across it on YouTube or an ad or whatever. So it's just part of the whole thing.
Nice. Now, with the name for your new band, it's called Mosaic. Why did you choose that name in particular?
I'm trying to remember if I think I wrote the song first.
Okay.
A song called Mosaic, and I was just thinking about sort of all the different scenes from our lives, all the things we go through, the good times, the bad times, and how we can't see the big picture, and we just don't have the perspective that God has to work all these things together, for good, whether it be good times, bad times, hard times, and it's sort of, it's just the tapestry of an entire lifetime. And so I wrote the song about that, and then I think that came first, and then we thought it tied in great with artwork and made a good album title.
Right. I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, the theme behind Theocracy, 100%, Christ back and stuff. Have you found it difficult to leave, I guess you could say, like, leave an imprint in the metal world, being a labeled a Christian band?
No, it's obviously there are certain people who will probably dismiss you, and just out of hand because of that. But really, I think it has so much to do with the quality of music that you release. I mean, I think when you believe in what you're doing and believe what you're saying, and you put all of yourself into it and release something that people want to hear, whether they're believers, whether they're not, it can touch people and sort of grab them that way, and then maybe they delve into it further and look into the lyrics and discover what it's about. So really, I think where the problem comes is bands that release half-hearted stuff and
they're just kind of pumping it out,
looking at it as product or whatever, and just pumping it out, and then kind of watering down the quality of what they're doing. I think so I've really never worried about it beyond that. I've just kind of tried to write what's on my heart and trust God that what comes naturally, what follows. If people are meant to discover it and meant to hear it, that they will, and it's worked out. So
that's awesome. Well, Matt, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your schedule today to come on over here. And long time fan. I've been a fan for a while now, so it's really, I got my own little fanboy moment going on as well. But Very,
my
very-
honor and pleasure to talk to you.
It's awesome. This is the third time that the Revolution Show's got to talk to you right now, and
right.
I'd like to keep that tradition going strong.
Let's do it.
So, all right.
Thank you.